Hi, I'm Dr. Saira. I wanted to tell you about two things that have happened for me this last week. So the first thing is somebody made a comment that they noticed that the website is not very corporate. So that's the first thing that happened. The second thing that happened is I bought a leather jacket. So two things seemingly very disconnected, unrelated, and yet they are very related to me. And I wanted to share with you a little bit of insight that I got after kind of evaluating these two things that have happened for me in this last couple of weeks. So, not very corporate, leather jacket. How is that connected? Well, how it's connected for me is this thing about power. And that's actually the next workshop that's coming up for us here in April. Power. So, in our culture, in our society, we have a certain understanding of what power is and what a powerful person looks like, what a powerful company is capable of, what powerful children react like or speak like or think like. So we have a sort of unarticulated understanding of power in Western cultures, and probably in all cultures around the world. We have some idea of what it means to be powerful. But what I've started to realize on this journey of self-development, on this journey of personal growth, is that the old norms or the old scripts for power, the old roles, and it's like checklists of what it takes to be a powerful person, they no longer apply once we reach a certain level of spirituality, once we reach a certain level of interconnectedness with other people. Let me explain that a little bit more. So if we look at the real powerful people from a mystical perspective, if we look at what the faith traditions have to say, the wisdom traditions have to say about powerful people, the powerful people, the prophets, tended to be people who were just kind of average, just normal people, usually people who had some goodness in them, who were kind-hearted. Those were the people who were selected, it seems, by the divine to bring forth a message. Now, how does that apply to us? Well, I'm not saying we're all prophets, but what I am saying is that we all have the potential to tap into another kind of power, a bigger power than, wearing the suit and looking the part, a bigger power than putting on the leather jacket and hopping on the motorcycle, a different kind of power than what we do in an external sense. We have the opportunity to tap into a power that is much deeper, that is much older, that survives even beyond our lifetime. That's the power that I'm talking about. And that's the power that we're going to be addressing in the workshop coming up. We'll also address these other kinds of power, like, in a parent-child relationship, in a colleague, employee, boss, all those relationships, how power plays, absolutely. And we need to do that because we're in a human body and, we have jobs and we have a life, and it's good to have tools to cope with those day-to-day power struggles that we sometimes get into. So we will talk about that. But we'll also talk about this other level of power. And I challenge you today to really do some soul searching as to how connected are you with that other kind of power, with that spiritual power, with the power of the sacred, the power of the divine. Because what you'll probably find is the more you allow for that connection, the more powerful you just seem to be in this life. Have you ever noticed there's people who show up at a party, at a gathering, at a seminar, and they just walk in and it's like there's something about them. There's just something very powerful about them, and it's not necessarily in how they look or how they carry themselves. It's something else, something like, that you just can't put your finger on. Well, you have access to that too. And it doesn't come from the traditional modes of power where we have to work hard and do it and move ahead and, get and consume and learn. It's not about that kind of power. It's actually where we stop doing. We start relaxing. Start opening and receiving. Start connecting, like really connecting to the people around us, really connecting to your life. That's what brings this new level of power. And that's your opportunity, as the weeks and months go by. So those are my thoughts for you for now, and stay tuned. We'll see you the next time around. Take care.